Greetings and salutations to all who happen to have found this video. I'm very tired today because I had a very stressful night last night. But that's not important right now. What is important is the series I'm covering. It's a light novel, and I'm gonna read out the English title in case you didn't read the title of this video, and it is I was caught up in a hero summoning, but that world is at peace. Now, you may have gleaned that that's an isekai, and if you sniff that out, you'd be correct, and on your way becoming a world-class detective. And because I feel the need to publicly humiliate myself every time I make one of these videos, I'm going to attempt to say the Japanese name of the series. And the Japanese name of this is Yusha Shokan ni Maki ko Mureta Kedo Isekai wa Heiwa Deshita. That's enough material for tonight, I guess. And I guess I'm going to move on to the synopsis of the series, in case you don't know what the summary is. And it starts off with our protagonist, Miyama Kaito, who is a college student. And he's walking home one day and spots a group of high schoolers that went to the same high school that he did when he was a high school student. And the group consists of 2 girls and 1 boy. And then flashing lights and, oh, they've been summoned to a different world. They learn that only the high school student boy, was supposed to be summoned. Because this isn't their first time summoning a hero. And only one of them was supposed to show up. Only one person was supposed to show up to be the hero. The other 3 were random bystanders that weren't supposed to be summoned. And nothing like this has ever happened before. Now, the reason they did the hero summoning is not because the world is at war or there's a demon lord or etc., etc., etc. It's for a festival that the entire world participates in to celebrate the peace that they've garnered 1,000 years ago after the hero did defeat the demon lord. So the world is, as the title says, at peace, and the other 3 are free to do as they like. Our little protagonist also goes on his little journey. Now, this is a harem. I'm just going to say it now. It's a harem series. He meets a lot of different girls. And I'm fine with it. The pacing's fun. It's comedic. It's fluffy at times, and weirdly enough, during the action sequences, because there are actually action sequences in this, it's written unusually well for a series like this, so it's a bit odd. Our protagonist, he kind of starts off a little pansy-ish and he starts off likable, but he also gets more likable as the series progresses, and I think that's something to be said. And he's not overpowered either, which I think is a bit unusual for this. In fact, out of everyone he meets, he's the weakest person of his social circle. And the more he meets people, the weaker he seems in contrast. So it's a pretty fun thing. There's your normal tropiness of anime protagonist luck. He just meets a cute girl out of nowhere, and he saves it he gets a cute girl that likes him out of nowhere. That does happen quite a bit, but I like it still. It's very enjoyable. The characters are all fun. They're very likable. They're all kind of well thought out, actually. And the series kind of paints itself out to be a heroine. I'm not trying to say heroine. Heroine? I think that's how you say it. Capture, where he just goes around and meets a different girl, and they have they set it off, and then he meets another girl in the next second. It's weird. But yeah, I highly recommend this series. If you manage to gain anything from this video, I'd suggest you go read it if you can, however you can. That's very good. It's very charming. It is an isekai, but it's a good isekai. I recommend you give it a chance. If you like these kind of pacings, after all, nothing serious really happens. There are serious moments, but it's not a serious manga. It doesn't take itself serious. Well, it does. It's like a fluffy slice of lifey thing. If you don't like that thing, don't bother checking it out. You're not gonna get anything from it. It's a slice of life fantasy thing, kind of like Death March, but better, in my opinion. Which is actually kind of controversial opinion. Controversial opinion. I know that no one really liked the anime, but a lot of people like the actual source material. But I like this better than Death March, because there's actually like a romance develop. There are actually romance developments, which is always a nice thing to see in these kind of shows. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. And hopefully I'll see you next time on tomorrow's video. I just woke up, so I'm pretty tired, and you probably noticed that, and I'm sorry for that. And farewell. Have a good day.